Hello, everyone, and welcome to another horrific review. And number 25, the final movie in this marathon. Oh my god, what was I thinking? Why did I think this was a good idea? And I've just closed my window I needed. Shit. This has been emotional. Started off as a good idea, and then bloody hell, I'm feeling it. Like, do you know when you've actually reached tired, passed through tired, and then do it again? That's kind of where I am at the moment. Yeah, just absolutely bonkers doing this. But do you know what? You need to challenge yourself sometimes. Sometimes you need to set yourself a goal, even if it's something daft, and crack on and have a go. It's when you reach that sort of limit. Doesn't matter what you're doing, but every so often you hit the wall, and I definitely hit the wall around about 19th movie. I was hurting a bit. I'll not lie. It mightn't seem like much, but watching a movie, concentrating on it, and so that you can go on stream and give a review. Like if I was just watching the movies, you could just sit there and not take anything in, but you don't really have an option when you're going to go and talk about each movie as you do it. So yeah, that's been been amazing to have a crack at this. Has anyone else done this? Has anyone else been stupid enough to do something, I guess? Yeah, it'd be interesting to know what you thought about it if you did. Does anyone want to have a go afterwards? More welcome. Let me know how it works out for you. But right, Werewolf Cabal, last one. An American author travels to a small rural town in the UK. During his stay, he uncovers a cabal who worship lycanthropes. Uh, this was fun. This was fun, campy horror comedy. Can't really argue with it. It's done its job. It's kind of like a slapstick version of American Werewolf in London. You know, sort of that, except a bit more family history and stuff going on. Now, the bits that do take me out of it, I was okay at the bit at the start in America, police wanting to interview someone. I was trying to figure out what the connection was, but it didn't pay off. So they're linking it back to the police in America because reasons that they need to pay a load of American actors. I don't know, but essentially, Michael is an author and make quite a few jokes about being a horror author and the usual lovely condescending comments, that come with that. But sure, it's a bit tongue in cheek. I think it's self-aware, the jokes, and like, oh, how do you actually make money? Which isn't untrue, so you gotta laugh at it. But meanwhile, Michael has been called to the UK because his mother, who gave him up for adoption when he was a child, has passed away and left everything to him. We get this weird scene at the start, like I said, in a bar in America where police are approaching. It's but sort of Three Stooges level of comedy, and I was trying to figure out where I was going with that, but yeah, because even the three officers that were at the start aren't in the bit at the end, and the setup at the start isn't at the end, so it doesn't really make sense. That's my only complaint, because actually the rest of the movie's grand. When Michael arrives in the UK and he's going to the village and he's realizing, I think Hot Fuzz, things are pleasant, but there's like a deep dark family secret sort of thing. Yeah, that's all. That's all cool. So essentially, that's what it is. He's being bequested his mother's house. He finds out he's got a half brother who also owns part of the house. The scene with the sister at the start is just ridiculous. When he's meeting the solicitor and he's going through all the legal details and he's getting distracted and acting like an absolute buffoon. There are people like that, and most of them are in those sort of professions because weird, absent-minded, intellectual types. They can remember loads of information but don't know how to tie their shoelaces, so to speak. So that was kind of unresolved. Basically, have Michael then arrive and he finds out now that he has a tenant as well, someone who's renting out the room. or one of the rooms in the cottage. But they're essentially plot devices. So Charlotte, it turns out, is having in a relationship with Anthony. No, God's sake, there's too many. What was his brother called? Sorry, I have lost it. Is it Anthony? Thought it was something like K. No, we'll go with Anthony anyway. The brother, turns out she's got ties to him, and he's essentially trying to solve the mystery. Yeah, cool. It's done in a horror comedy way, so that's you can live with it, and then you realize that the local vicar, Reverend Peter, is a bit of a deviant and a bit of a scallywag. So he's been around half the village, the ladies, and yeah, likes to gamble and drink, and he's man of the cloth, but he's not one of them sort of reprobate rogue types. So yeah, he's all right. He overacted his part a bit. I think there was time for him to come down and bring it to base level, for the plot to be revealed, but he kind of went over the top all the time with his character, so that took me out of it a wee bit. I know they wanted you not to like him, but I think they tried too hard to get you not to like him. The writers really want you to like Michael, so that he's kind of inoffensive, and he has a daughter from a failed relationship or failed marriage, and yeah, he's gonna try and get his next book out, etc. That's what I say. Like I said, it's all done Hot Fuzz style. So if you think Hot Fuzz and Michael's the outside character, he's the one that comes in from the outside and uncovers the secrets. That's kind of the way it goes. There's a lot of soap opera type stuff, but it's funny. They're not doing it too seriously. The werewolf wasn't bad. It was a gimmicky sort of costume, but it worked because he used the lighting. One thing I really do with this is use lighting to good effect. They have him walking down the path, but they have the light just right, and they use the smoke machine, and they have that all worked out. Their sound effects need to be looked at. There was a scene where the werewolf goes to a flock of sheep, and I swear not, somebody's going bah. I mean, there's actually a human voice going bah, and you're like, really? Is that what we're doing? There was something else, another sound effect that was strange, and it was funny. I don't know why it was intentional or unintentional. There's a wee bit in the middle of this where the film started to take itself seriously. I know it was sort of revealing the plot. So they kind of stepped completely away from the campy humor and brought it down a notch. So I don't know what happened there. It was, it was fine. Didn't hit the movie. I've actually enjoyed the movie. I know I'm sort of picking apart wee bits, but they're not major. They're only minor points, because at the end of the day, if these guys are going to make more movies, fair play to them, because we need that. They just need to figure out what they're doing. Especially with plot points and the connection. I don't understand the whole American connection. I can understand having a character, but I don't understand what they were trying to do with that. It just didn't make sense, and it kind of became a bit disjointed. If they had just stuck to the simple plot, I think there's a confidence issue, especially in the UK, with creators. They feel like they have, especially horror creators, they feel like they have the ask permission, and British creators feel like they have the ask permission of Americans to do their stuff. It's an odd thing, and you can see it even from the early days. There always has to be an American actor, there always has to be an American connection. It's as if they don't have the confidence just to make a movie anymore, and it's being done. Like those, Steve and I are going through classic British horror at the moment. We see it now and then, but when they get it right, they get it right. Talking to werewolf movies, Dog Soldiers is an absolute classic. And it's 100% British themed, everything else. if you tell a good story, people will come to it. I don't like this lack of self-confidence there is. And most people won't admit it. You can't press people on it. They won't admit it. They instantly shut down and deny it. And it's very, very strange. It's there. It's kind of obvious. And this is sort of one that had that lack of self-confidence. So they think, oh, we'll have to throw a whole American side plot into it because won't watch it otherwise. And it's like, nah, come on, guys. Don't need it. Just do what you do. Just because your success doesn't take away from anybody else. It's very, very corporate thinking, isn't it? That if something does well and no one else does, you have to destroy the competition, or I don't know. That's just my ramblings on it. I wish it would stop because it's actually ruining storytelling. What else we've got? The story's pretty much what you would expect. There's nothing out of the ordinary here. Michael's he's going covering bits about his past. I would have liked the reason he was given up for adoption, something to do with the village. I would have liked that. I would like the fact that he was given up because his mother wanted to save him from the Cabal. It was a long-standing one, not a group of people that just, within the same age range, just decided to do it for a bit of a laugh. That they could have spent a bit more time in that and had less actors and scenes that were unnecessary and actually built that up. That would have been fun. And they still could have done it campy and humorously. Like I said, look at Hot Fuzz. There's a classic example of that, have the Cabal long-standing. So I would have liked the idea of Michael being given up for adoption to save him from becoming the next, he's part of a lineage and she didn't want him to be part of it. So she, or because she married outside the clan, so to speak, something like that, I think would have been a wee bit better. But I don't think they're trying to make a super serious movie here. I think that's what you got to remember. It's a campy, cheesy, just horror movie, and there's a lot worse out there. And there's some I've watched in this covered in this marathon. Yeah. Oh, there's Crystal. Yeah, mate. Finally, it's a bit surreal. This has been something else. It's been an interesting wee project to do. I can't tell you at the moment. My head's minced. I can. It's just been watch it, review it. It's become like a production line of just getting through this more than retrospect. I'll have a think about it. After a sleep for about 14 hours. Yeah, I'll think about that stuff later, and I'll do it in the newsletter. So if you're signed up to the email list, obviously the weekly newsletter will be coming out. I'll be a bit late this week. Forgive me. I may not get it out tomorrow. just to forewarn you now. It'll probably be Saturday. But I'll have a chat about it then. That I've had a time to get my brain working again, because I am gibbering right now. I mean, proper losing it. I'm sure there's one or two of these. I know definitely around the 19 mark where I'm starting to lose it. You can kind of see it. I'm struggling to speak because it's all I can say is you have a go at trying this. It's mental. It's all right to start. You're fresh. You've got the energy. It's when you start getting into the double digits and not past the halfway point and sort of about the 3/4 point, that's when it starts to kick in, tiredness. But there you go. It was a cool movie. It was fun. I'm obviously overthinking it because that's what you do when you review things. But yeah, it's worth the watch. What did you think of this? Was it worthwhile doing? I've still got quite a few subscribers, so thanks everyone that's jumped on board and joined the channel. I really appreciate it. Nice to have you on board. And if it took me to do something absolutely mad to sort of get eyes on the channel, fair enough. I'll need to think about it. Like I said, at the moment it's just getting through. I'll need to sleep. I'll need to think over everything. I'll do it. I think I'll talk about it when I do the next newsletter episode. I'll be my sort of intro, go through what did with us and the good points and the bad points. I think one of the bad points is definitely because you're just chundering through, and it's more about getting it. You're not spending the quality time with each movie. So I know there's quite a lot of reviews maybe fell short. I didn't go point because I'm like, right, that was a movie, right, that was it, done, next. That was kind of the brain clicking in the gear. Definitely in the third 3/4 way through, definitely thinking about that. Gotta get this done. Right, okay. I'm gonna call it a night. I'll do a post to let everybody know that it's completed. I'll put all these in a playlist as well. I'll create a playlist, and all the movies that are part of this marathon will go in a playlist as well, so you can check back later if you happen to stumble on one of these videos and wonder why some of them I'm gibbering like an absolute idiot. You'll understand the whole context. So I'll do that as well, but it's not going to be tonight. But listen, thanks everyone for joining me in this. Yeah, it's definitely a strange thing, but I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I got through it. I'm glad I completed. I would have been annoyed if I hadn't completed this, because especially when you see the end line. But there you go. That's it. It's going to be a bit longer than ours over the next video. Probably be Saturday or Sunday. But as again, thanks. Come to the channel, do the type of things. Until next time, keep it creepy, keep it horrific.